Hello and good evening to the next qualifying session for the Craftsman Cup Series. 3 more rounds to go and we are back for a second meeting at Papyrus Motorsports Park for this 10-minute qualifying session. Looks like everyone doesn't want to come out. Oh, Christian Martin decides to come out then. I think someone else is also coming out too far back there. That looks like that might be Nathan Hudson in the reverse livery. Yes, indeed it is. That's the same livery that he won at Motegi. And then followed out by his teammate, the 16, Sam Oskin. So let's go and see Christian Martin. There we go. There he is. Just making his way out of turn 1 and into turn 2. And Christian then driving the Sony Altel, the Sony HD TV Altel Dodge for the Penske Jasper team. Now, Christian Martin currently runs in the top 10 in the championship, sits 140 back off the leader, which is Noah Cars, as he makes his way through the only right-handed turn on the track. Seven corners in all, 6 of them are left, 1 is right. Now, he's going to go on to this a little bit long straightaway here, which is a little bit off camber there, you can see. And in this corner here is absolutely Harry flat. It's flat out through here. That's the last corner. This track is 3.77 miles long. The first time that we raced here, it was a caution-free race, if I remember correctly. A couple of retirements, though, from in that race there, too. I do remember Zachary Fitzwater having an engine blow up in the early goings there. But this is a racetrack that Dylan Poteet managed to win. The winner from last week as well at Minnesota. And there you can see there making his way through the next corner and then making his way into, like I said, the only right-hand corner on the track. Further ahead, got Liam Ervig and Michael Norman. There's Nathan Hudson, winner already this season, like I said, at Motegi. Nathan's kind of a little bit struggling, safe to say, this season. I don't think he's going to be fighting for the championship. He's 406 points back. Oh, and there's a wreck, and it's Michael Norman. Well, Michael Norman looks like he's going to be starting at the back end of the grid. No, he was battling with the 20, and he's got damage too. So the 20 and the 5 are going to be starting at the tail end of the field because they both picked up damage. Again, if anyone's that are new to the CCS, if your car is damaged, like the 20 and the 5 of Michael Norman, and if their car disappears, which more than likely they are going to be disappeared, then they are going to be starting at the back of the grid. Now, it doesn't matter if Liam Ervig posts the 5th fastest time, the 17th fastest time, he's going to be starting at the back. Where we determine where they're going to be starting, though, is where they are in the championship. Michael Norman sits 10th, while Liam Ervig sits 14th. So, technically, as you can see, Michael Norman's car already disappeared. He's going to be starting 41st. And Liam Ervig, like I said, who's sitting 14th in the standings, he's going to start 42nd. Not unless if there's more that are lower down in the points, then they may go up some. But as far as I know, we've already got 2 drivers then starting at the rear of the field for tomorrow's race at Papyrus, the 32-lap race. So we're going to be racing pretty much over 100 miles at this track. Looking here at Sky Commons, he's also a 2-time winner this season. 1 at Auto Club and 1 at Talladega. Hopefully I want to get 1 at a road course, and then that'll be perfect. That's pretty much like the Grand Slam there. Winning at a super speedway, winning at on a speedway track, hasn't won at a road course. Maybe tomorrow might be the day for the 00. Fran Tedesco. What a massive fall off Fran Tedesco's having in the 7 machine, isn't he? He's down in 19th place now coming into this race. Two races ago, he was sitting 11th, 1 place outside the top 10, and now he's sitting 19th place. If my mathematics is okay, he sits 132 points behind the guy sitting in 10th place, which is Michael Norman. There's the skid marks there from the 5 and the 20. There's the championship leader, Noah Cars, was a very worried man last week at Minnesota because he finished a lap down well, there was an accident that happened during the race itself when pit stops was happening, and a lot of drivers then was caught a lap down. Only 9 cars managed to finish the race. The guy sitting in second is his teammate, James Qualls, was sitting 55 points back. The problem is, though, is that James finished 9th. He was the last car that finished on the lead lap, and Noah Cars finished in 13th place. So it was really damage limited there. It was probably the best he could have done there. So not a lot of points dropped, but he still sits the championship leader. He now sits 36 points behind James Qualls, and right behind there, Noah, is the 77 of Ali Rain, and she just cannot get any sort of luck whatsoever. She just seems to get involved in any type of accidents when she's just minding her own business. And behind him is Brandon Ross, who is serving a free race probation for the accidents. Well, he caused the 2 accidents last week, one of them involving the 77 when he got into the rear of Charlie Buxton's 89 machine, and then Charlie went into Ali Rain and hit the wall quite hard, actually. But yeah, Brandon is 21st in the standings at the moment. He is moving up in the championship. Just a bit too little too late, though, unfortunately, for the Rudd brothers Ford. Having a look further back here, there's Christian Martin again. There's Charlie Buxton. And the 20's back out on the track. But like I says, no matter what happens, he's going to be starting at the back of the grid. There's his teammate, Cody Lammers, who is now sitting down in 26th place in the standings. It's better than last season, it must be said. Definitely better than last season, but not as much, though. There is the 4 of Jamie Smith. He can't get any luck going in the second half of the season. Neither does this guy as well. Where's McCall? He actually sits joint 10th. I've actually forgot to say. It says here on the screen that Michael Norman's 10th, but Wes McCall sits in 11th. But Wes McCall's had a win. Michael Norman isn't. So technically, Wes McCall was in 10th place. And the last 2 races have just not been going for Wes. It really hasn't been going for Wes. You know, the accident with Brandon Ross when he was coming into the pit lane. Oh, he might actually hit the wall here. Oh, and he did. He slaps the wall. That was because Sam Oscar was coming through. Hopefully not too much damage then on the Net Zero Chevrolet. There's Joshua Collard, who had a good outing last week at Minnesota. He was one of the 9 drivers that finished on the lead lap, finishing in 7th position. Behind him, you've got Matt McIntyre and Trent Dunham. Then you've got Diego Ospina, followed by Austin LaPlante. There's Jesse Turner with the 8. There's the 8 of Andy McCreary, followed by Danny Wells, who would have been absolutely fuming to have retired at his home track a week ago. And right behind Danny Wells is the 40 of RG Bishop, who sits in 3rd place in the standings, as Andy McCreary pulls off into the pit lane to put some fresh tyres on. And there's the man sitting 2nd, James Qualls. 11 top 10s this is now for the 24 team out of the 23 races so far. So he's nearly grabbing like a top 10 finish nearly every 2 races, it would seem. The 24 has won the CCS Championship on a couple of occasions, both by John Dillon. And there's Brent Wintergreen, like I says, the only rookie driver to win a CCS race this season. Right behind him, though, is Daniel Voiles, who is still moving up in the championship. Daniel Voiles here coming into this race 16th in the standings. And he has found some real fantastic form coming into this now. Hopefully he will keep the form going. There's Seth Cole in the 41. And he's just making his way through this sort of like quick hairpin sort of machine corner. There's Michael Norman, who officially is running 11th place, but joint 10th. But he's going to be starting, as things stand, 41st on the track. And the 20 of Liam Irving starting at 42nd. Here's a previous pole winner, Dylan Young. Oh, we've actually got 30 seconds to go. Yeah, previous pole winner at Papyrus a season ago. And there is Nick Gunther. Gunther sitting in 5th. There's Jessica Shelton. And Kyle Matthews in the pits. Oh, well, he's just gone out the track. There's Carson Green. 2 rookies going at it. Carson Green and Colin Jones. And in comes Jack Mitchell, who slides about in there. Looks like he's going to be looking in at 21st place there. There's a look then at Carson come back in his Scots Ford and the 37 of Alex Rowe. So Shelton is in. There was Levi McIntyre. Looks like if we found anyone. There's Chris Summers. He's also moving up in the standings too. He's up into 8th place now. So good there, nice there. And there's Zachary Fitzwater. And Fitzwater is currently sitting in 30th place in the championship. Obviously, he was a contender last season. Looks like he's definitely not going to be this season. As we're still looking then at Christian Martin. Have I missed anyone else? No, I think we've actually covered through every one of them, I believe. I think we may have. But anyway, there's Carson Gum. Sits in P29. Now let's see if we've got any time left on there. Yeah, we've got roughly about 20 seconds to go. So we'll just keep an eye out here on if Carson can actually cross the start-finish line. He's got 13 seconds to do so. We will have a look at a replay to see what happened with Michael Norman and Liam Ervig. It's going to be close though with them. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Just made it. He just barely made it. So we'll end it on there and we'll have a look at a replay to see what happened with Ervig and Michael Norman and check to see any cars disappeared in the pit lane. So this is the replay what happened. And this is actually kind of extraordinary because this was on their out laps. This wasn't a flying lap. This was on an out lap. Both Ervig and Michael Norman came off the pit lane together. Just like I said, to do their out laps. And this is what happened here. Looks like Ervig is running a little bit wide through the only right-hand corner on the track. Oh, I think Ervig may have just gone into the 5. I just don't know, and that's a hard hit with that with that inside wall with the 5 and the 20 car there. Had to put the brakes on. Manages to get going there. Christian Martin did well just to miss them. But that I don't know if the 20 was clear of the 5 because I think it was going to take the racing line going into the next corner. And you can see there Nathan Hudson, he gets by that. Okay. Oh, he actually just hits the wall too. Oh, so we may need to check there if there was some damage there on the Viagra Ford, if he also come into the pits as well. But yeah, I think, to my knowledge there, the 20 wasn't clear of Michael Norman off of that right-hand hairpin. Well, it looks like the 5 and the 20 are not going to be alone because a third driver will be, and it was last week's post that Charles Sanford carried too much speed through the right-hander, hits that wall quite hard there. You can see there a significant amount of damage on the 32 Tide machine, and if you can fast forward that, you can see there he's posted the 10th quickest time, but as you'll see here, comes into the pit lane. Also, just to note there, Nathan Hudson did not make a pit stop, he just kept the car going, but as you can see here, the 32 car, he comes into the pit lane and disappears. So the 32 of Charles Sanford will start at the rear of the grid because he is lower down in the points than the 20 and the 5. And the fourth driver is also going to be joining them as well, and it is the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater. Just can't get things going right at this track. He did have an engine problem. I did mention that in the qualifying early on, and something comes awry just at this bit here. There you go. You see, engine's conked out, and he tours into the pit lane. So it looks like there's another engine grizzling problem for the 2019. And yeah, there you can see there the car really slow going into the pit lane, and his car is also going to disappear as well. So top break for the 29 car as he will disappear as well. Looking to see where they are in the championship. I did say Fitzwater is 30th. Trying to figure out where Charles Sanford is at the moment. Charles Sanford is 22nd in the standings. So yeah, the 32 is ahead of the 29. More importantly though, it makes Michael Norman and Liam Ervig also move up another spot now. Right, so there you have it then. 4 drivers are going to be starting at the back of the grid in championship order. So it'll be Michael Norman. He will be starting on the inside of row 20. And the outside row will be the, I've put on the wrong pin actually, the 20 of Liam Ervig. Not good then for the rookie, because I think he's battling for Rookie of the Season, I believe it will still be with Jack Mitchell. To be honest, I haven't really paid attention to the rookies though, but I think Jack Mitchell will still be leading. So anyway, who will start on the pole for tomorrow's 32 lapper at Papyrus? It will be Brandon Ross, the guy that's on probation. Brandon Ross will start on the pole, and Ali Rain, who was involved in one of the accidents caused by Ross, will be on the front row. And as you can see there, Michael Norman, he has the third fastest time. But unfortunately, he's going to be starting in P40. So everyone that's ahead of Michael Norman, they're going to move up one spot. So therefore, RJ Bishop is going to start on the inside of the second row, and Jessica Shelton will complete row 2. Row 3 will be Seth Cole and Colin Jones. Good qualifying effort there from the Peak Fitness Racing Team. Defending champion Danny Wells, he's going to be starting on row 4, but this time on the inside, and he's going to be alongside Sam Oskin. Championship leader Noah Cars will start on the inside of row 5, ahead of Wes McCall. Nick Gunther and Carson Green will be on row 6. Kyle Matthews and Brent Wintergreen on row 7. Row 8 will consist of Matt McLean and Jesse Turner. Jamie Smith and James Qualls, second in the points. He's going to be starting in 18th place. Then you've got the 8 and the 49. Jack Mitchell's going to start 41st. Diego Ospina will start on the same row with Jack. Daniel Voiles and Chris Summers. Dylan Bolte, last week's winner, he's going to start 25th. He's going to start 25th, and he's going to be alongside Alex Rowe. And then you've got Levi McIntyre, not 28th. He will be starting 27th, and that is because the other drivers that were involved in the qualifying accidents are all ahead of. He's ahead of the other 3 as well. So that will enable Charlie Buxton to start alongside Levi McIntyre on row 14. Row 15 will be Carson Gum and Matt McIntyre. Then row 16 will be Sky Commons, and it'll be Nathan Hudson. So now the drivers behind Liam Irving in qualifying, they will move up 2 places. So Nathan Hudson will start on row 16 alongside Sky Commons. Row 17 will be Trent Dunham and Cody Lammers. Charles Sanfa, he slapped the wall at the right-hand corner, and his car disappeared in the pit lane. So he's going to be starting at the back alongside Zachary Fitzwater, who already had the slowest time. So Christian Martin, who was the first guy out, he's going to move up 3 places from where he is. Joshua Collard as well. Soto Prantadisco and Dylan Young as well. So there you go then. That is the end of qualifying. The naughty boy, Brandon Ross, on probation after last week. He's going to start on the pole position. I can't wait to see what's going to happen then for tomorrow, if he's going to be a good boy or if anyone's going to cause some havoc and get into the back of Brandon, or will we have another first-time winner or a repeated winner? We're just going to have to find out until the race happens tomorrow. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow for round 24 of the championship.